Hello, everyone. My name is Jasmine Burgos, Score Solutions Envoy, or as others may know me as Score Production Leader. Welcome to our first Friday ScoreWay Story series. Now, what's going to be happening is that every Friday we'll be sharing with you our failures and our success stories and hope that you can learn from our experience and at the same time have a good time. Now, I am a little bit nervous, but I think you guys will enjoy these couple of minutes. Today I'm here with Deanna Soto, one of SCORE senior processors. Now, Deanna has been with us for about 6 years now, processing over more than 35,000 dispute letters. How are you today, Deanna?
Well, hi, really good and
That's
great
good to hear.
actually.
How are those boys?
Can I say they're really mischievous, but it's really normal in their age. They're teenagers. We can say that they're teenagers.
For the people that don't know, Deanna has two boy twins, amazing boy twins that she brought into the SCORE family. So we have two boys that hopefully will continue to be in the SCORE team until they grow up and and become young men. So today we have a couple of questions. I have a couple of questions for you today, Deanna. One of the questions that I have for you today is, um, what case have you ever worked on that you had the major success with?
Well, let's just say I've had some quite difficult cases, but on one occasion, I had a case where it had over 400 derogatory lines. It was quite time consuming and frustrating,
Yeah,
as
I
you
can
can
imagine
imagine.
that was probably the worst case you ever processed, huh?
Yes, of all my history, that was the worst case I've ever worked on. So far, I haven't had to touch that case, not for now, and I hopefully don't want to work on it again.
Yeah, I could imagine you were several hours working on it because when we have those cases of, even more than 100 line items, it's a case that does take a lot more time. So, how did you feel or what did you encounter while you were disputing a case like that?
Overall frustration, it drove me crazy. All I wanted to do was get it over with. But I had to be really careful with everything I had to do and the data entry, make sure everything matched. If there were changes, I had to be really, really careful. If there were minor details that didn't want to miss, if just in case there were changes or deletions, because in cases as such, it could be quite overwhelming, but I had to be really, really careful about everything I was doing and do it correctly.
Yeah, because with cases like that, we have to be very careful. We want to make sure we do the work correctly, but at the same time, right, get the work done and be able to
And
proceed
it can
to.
be and it can be easily a way to make mistakes, because when you're working with a case as big as that one, it kind of gets desperate.
Yeah, I understand you 100%. We've all probably at one point had to touch a case that we were just, looking to finish and but at the same time do the best quality work possible.
Exactly. That's the main point, the most important part of it.
Okay. Now I have another question for you. What was the best case that you have worked on this week? Or the one
This
with like
week,
good success?
I've seen some really great cases where there've been wonderful changes and deletions with collection accounts, overall collective collection accounts. I've been seeing a lot of movement there, and
Oh,
it's quite satisfactory to see those changes.
yeah, it's always good when you're working on a case and you're able to see that, the work that you've been performing and the work that your crew and your other processors been working on, that you're seeing results, which is always a good thing. We always want to have those results in there, make our customers happy. And I know it's a satisfaction for you
Yeah,
also feeling
that's
that.
really exciting. That's an exciting part. Just to know that you're making a good change for the customer, and imagining how happy they're gonna be when they receive the results. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. Now, the last and final question that I have for you today is, what advice would you give to other processors in the industry? Now, there's a lot of people out there that have in-house disputing or that do processing themselves. What would you, as a processor that's been doing this for over 6 years now, what advice would you give them?
There are many bits and pieces one could ponder, but one of the most important part of the process is to be patient, and that would be my number one advice: to be patient, 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 because it takes time, and you have to be really careful with everything, and you don't want to make mistakes, or if you're going to make mistake, it would be so small, but the perfect situation is not making a mistake at all.
Right, right. Yeah, so I agree with you on that advice. Patience is what everybody in the industry needs, not just the processor, but the company's owner, the clients themselves. We all need to take the credit for business with patience, just because the dispute process is a long, long process. And that is the perfect advice. Have patience, um, take a case step by step. Um, do you have anything else for us today, Deanna? Maybe you want to say something to us before we go?
um well, have a great, everyone have a great day, have a great weekend, and be happy, joyous, and overall positive in these upcoming days.
Oh, well, then thank you, Deanna, for joining us on this ScoreWay Story series. Thank you, everyone, for joining and listening to our stories for this week. Please come back and join us for next week. We are going to have another special guest, another processor, telling us a little bit about their experience here and their stories. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.